What is word stress? In English, the individual sounds of a word, i.e. syllables, aren't pronounced with the same weight. One syllable receives more emphasis than the others. For example, there are 3 syllables in the word beautiful, beautiful, and the word stress falls on the first one, beau. Now that you have the definition of word stress, let's dive deeper into syllables to comprehend word stress. Identifying syllables to understand word stress. A syllable is a unit of pronunciation that has one vowel sound. A word might have one syllable, like an, or can, or more, such as police 2 syllables, company 3 syllables, necessary 4 syllables, etc. Remember that syllables aren't similar to letters. For example, scratch has 7 letters but 1 syllable, while umami has 5 letters but 3 syllables. Whatever the word, pay attention to the vowels because one of them will be where you find the stress of a word. Features of a stressed syllable. Now you know that you need to emphasize a particular vowel in a specific syllable of a word. However, you might still wonder exactly how to do so. Let's take a look at a native speaker's speech pattern. When a native speaker stresses a syllable in a word, this is what they do. Produce a longer vowel, raise the pitch of the syllable to a higher level, say the syllable louder, pronounce it with clarity, create a more distinctive facial movement. Don't forget these 5 features next time you pronounce a word. Word stress rules to improve your English pronunciation. 1. Nouns and adjectives with 2 syllables. The rule. When a noun, a word referring to a person, thing, place or abstract quality, or an adjective, a word that gives information about a noun, has 2 syllables, the stress is usually on the first syllable. Examples: table, scissors, pretty, clever, sample, purple, rainy, China, happy. Exceptions. Unfortunately, there are exceptions to this rule. It could be that a word was borrowed from another language, or it could be totally random. You just have to learn these outsiders by heart. Here are 3 words you can start with. Hotel, extreme, concise. 2. Verbs and prepositions with 2 syllables. The rule. When a verb, a word referring to an action, event or state of being, or a preposition, a word that comes before a noun, pronoun or the ing form of a verb, and shows its relation to another word or part of the sentence, has 2 syllables, the stress is usually on the second syllable. Examples: present, export, our side, between, relics, receive, direct, among, decide. 3. Words that are both a noun and a verb. The rule. Some words in English can be both a noun and a verb. In those cases, the noun has its word stress on the first syllable, and with the verb, the stress falls on the second syllable. If you've been paying attention, you'll see that this rule is a derivation from the prior two sections and notice some of the same words. However, this is a separate section since those pairs of words are relatively common in English and they're likely to cause misunderstanding due to the same spelling. Examples: present, a gift, versus present, give something formally, export, the practice or business of selling goods to another country or an article that is exported, versus export, to sell goods to another country, suspect, someone whom the police believe may have committed a crime, versus suspect, to believe that something is true, especially something bad. There are, however, exceptions to this rule. For example, the word respect has a stress on the second syllable both when it's a verb and a noun. 4. Three-syllable words ending in and lie. The rule. Words that have three syllables and end in or lie often have a stress on the first syllable. Examples: orderly, quietly, manager, silently, lovingly, gardener, easier. 5. Words ending in ic, cyan, and tian. The rule. When a word ends in ic, cyan, or tian, the stress is usually on the second to last syllable. You count syllables backwards and put a stress on the second one from the end. Examples: creation, commission, photographic. 6. Words ending in psi, tai, phi, gy, and al. The rule. When a word ends in psi, tai, phi, gy, and al, the stress is often on the third to last syllable. Similarly, you count syllables backwards and put a stress on the third one from the end. Examples: democracy, photography, logical, commodity, psychology. 7. Compound nouns. The rule. In most compound nouns, a noun made up of two or more existing words, the word stress is on the first noun. Examples: football, keyboard. 8. Compound adjectives and verbs. The rule. In most compound adjectives, a single adjective made of more than one word and often linked with a hyphen, and compound verbs, a multi-word verb that functions as a single verb, the stress is on the second word. Examples: old-fashioned, understand. 9. Words with various endings. Take a good look at the list of suffixes below. Suffixes are word endings. The stress is going to be on the syllable right before the suffix. This applies to words of all syllable lengths. Examples: 1. Able, edible, durable, laughable. 2. IAL, differential, social, financial. 3. Kian, musician, physician, clinician. 4. Airy, bakery, scenery. 5. Ian, comedian, civilian, technician. 6. Eyeball, resistible, impossible, terrible. 7. Icy, archaic, platonic, characteristic. 8. ICS, diabetics, pediatrics, topics. 9. Ion, classification, reposition, vegetation. 10. IA, media, bacteria, Victoria. 11. Eon, ingredient, patient, ancient. 12. Eos, mysterious, religious, various. 13. Ish, selfish, English, punish. 14. Osis, hypnosis, diagnosis, osmosis. 10. Words ending in adi, ee, sa, q, et, un. Words that use the suffix adi, ee, sa, ia, q, et, or un have the primary stress actually placed on the suffix. This applies to words of all syllable lengths. Examples: 1. Addy, lemonade, crusade, arcade. 2. Agree, jamboree, guarantee. 3. Sightseer, puppeteer. 4. Essay, Siamese, Japanese, cheese. 5. Et, cassette, Corvette. 6. Q, unique, physique.